Happy Thursday, Sooner Nation, Surgeaholics. Welcome back to the Sooner Surge, the nightly 9:30 podcast that tells it like it is. And tonight, it's going to be all about the Armed Forces Bowl that kicks off tomorrow at 11 o'clock on ESPN. Media Day today. Coach speak mostly throughout that, but we're going to get right into that here in a minute. Good evening, everyone that's joining us. Thanks for being here. Bobby, let's just start with what Bobby says, Jay, which is you heard BV talk about the number of scholarship players, 56 total scholarship players, 12 of them being freshmen on offense. And the question here is, from Bobby is, what should we expect? A whole lot of running the ball? I would say, here's what I would say, Jay. I think Deion Burks is going to be heavily involved. They're going to try a lot of short screen passes, I think, out of the backfield. But hey, here's one question, Jay. Hawkins running the ball. Will they even utilize that with? I mean, who's the backup?
I think they'll run Hawkins. Yeah, I do think they're going. Jerm, I think it's going to be a run heavy game. If I was
the backup quarterback,
who's the backup quarterback? Well, Jerm, I guess the answer to that would be I have no clue.
I mean, Casey Thompson, I assume. So
It'd have to be Casey Thompson, Jerm. That's it. Yes, correct. That's it. Casey Thompson. You're right. That's it. So you can run him. I think they'll run him. I think they'll run the ball. I think they'll throw it, but I think it'll be quick stuff. Look, to me though, I know there's 56 scholarship players. We've all heard the number. OU's more talented than Navy, but it's going to come down to what OU can do on offense. I think OU's going to stop Navy under. They're going to hold them under 20 points. I would guess. Would you guess that, Jeremy, under 20?
Yeah, I think 17 or less.
Yeah, and then this has been a topic as well.
It really hasn't, though, Jay.
I know it happening, but who knows, man? Who knows?
You sounded like a robot.
Crazier things have happened. I don't think it's happening, but
you sounded like a robot there for a second. Yeah, Devon Mitchell. You heard what BB said. Really aggressive blocker. I'm going to be highly disappointed if we don't see him tomorrow. I do think Xavier Robinson will lead in the carries and the yards tomorrow. RC, let me get to that where it said, what if OU ends up 6-7? Then they end up 6-7. And RC, I'm talking about the bowl game tonight because the game's tomorrow. I said I would. I said I would talk about the bowl game the night before, and that's what we're here to do. I'll be excited once 11 o'clock gets here just to watch the Sooners, but, man, not excited beyond that. I want to see a lot of the young guys. I like Kobe McKenzie was a great interview today. I don't know if you heard that, Jay. He talked about how he's been getting on to some of the young guys as far as challenging them. That's great to hear. As far as the alley stuff goes, it's going to be Jeremiah Johnson as the DC of West Virginia. And I don't think Jay's with us any longer. Who has the quarterback edge? Here's what I would say, Chris. Blake Horvath is more experienced. Blake Horvath has had a much better season because Hawkins only played a couple games. I do think that both teams are so one-dimensional that hinders both teams, but that's kind of what all those kind of, in my opinion, it is what it is on the who's the better one. I see this comment. Thanks, Insider Germ. Whatever, Grey God.
Hey,
I'm not an insider. I'm not an insider, Grey God. I'm just telling you, there's been no talk really about it, unless it's all been behind the scenes. And I read something earlier where Jeremiah Johnson is likely to be the next guy.
Hey, can you hear me?
Now I can, Jay.
Okay, hey, the stuff on Alley, I don't know. I have no clue, Germ. I can see where if you were, people could think that Zach Alley being underneath the umbrella of Brent Venables, but he came there. He came there last year.
He's gone. He's gone. He needs. Jay, I'm having struggles again.
Bowl game. We'll see what happens.
There you are. You just can't hear anything you're saying. You're in. You're out. I don't know which one. In and out. Are you at in and out? Germ is the ultimate outsider like Ponyboy. Yep. Stay golden, Daniel. Stay golden, Daniel. Someone says to reset. It's not his computer. He's on his phone. That's what the deal is. Hawkins is going to light it up and make everyone question. Now, Sooner Freak, he may light it up. And of course, people are going to question why Jackson Arnold played when Hawkins lights it up if he does. But it won't matter because John Mateer is going to come in and play. So, yeah, I don't know if Jay's wanting to hit the portal or what.
I'm not hitting the portal.
There you are.
Jeez. I'm not hitting the portal. Stop it, guys. I'm here. I'm here for good.
You're here for a second.
Like it or lump it, I'm here.
Chris says, I saw OU fans on Twitter saying, why would Allie go to West Virginia? Could it be he wants stability? BV is not guaranteed after next. Now, that's a really good point as to why he would go there. But he's also BV's guy. So much better job OU is.
It is. You got money that could pull him. You also have the fact that he's under Brent Venables' umbrella. And do people see him as calling the defense or Brent Venables calling the defense?
Yeah. Sooner UK official. I don't think anyone's acting like this is just going to be a walk in the park. OU's going to have to play really solidly to win the game because I'm not sure. I mean, this could be very low scoring. I'm really excited about Deion Burks. I'm really excited to see him back in action healthy.
Yeah. Do you think he plays during the majority of the game or no?
Why would he not?
I don't know, Jeremy. I'm asking. I think he will. I think he'll play.
I think Deion Burks starts and plays most of it. No, Zach Alley is not leaving. I just don't see that. I don't see that. Hey, Bishop, I know you asked about the Thunder Live. We did not do one tonight because we're on here and with schedules, it was just difficult. But we'll be back at that pretty soon. Great win tonight at Indiana. Kind of a snooze fest first half, and then they showed up. What's up,
yeah,
Sooner?
Shea was unbelievable tonight.
Yes. But, hey, I'm curious, Greg God, why would there be limited snaps? What's the point in having limited snaps when you have an entire offseason to heal if something's banged up? I'm confused. I don't know why people think that. Do you, Jay?
I mean, if he's healthy, I don't see a reason to play limited snaps because you're coming back next year, supposedly. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Supposedly, he is.
Hey, Sooner standouts, Jerem. Who do you got tomorrow?
You know who mine is. I think Deion Burks is going to stand out, but mine's Devon Mitchell. And on defense, it's RSJ. I think RSJ is going to have a highlight night of tackles on Blake Horvath in the backfield because he's going to cheat up into the box.
Hey, over under on snaps, 10 snaps, over under Danny Okoye.
Under. I don't think he plays much, Jay, with R. Mason there. Downs is playing. I mean,
yeah, they are wearing.
He's playing much, Jay. Now, Boganowski over 10. Boganowski over 10.
Hey, they are wearing those uniforms, by the way, Chris. OU will be in their crimson. So,
RC, they're keeping BV no matter what. I don't care if they lose by 50. He's still a coach next year. Hey, Sooner Freak 29 asked about Arbuckle. It does sound like Arbuckle's been highly involved in some things. I don't know if we'll see a little trick or something that he put in, but I think they're going to show him on the sideline quite a bit working with Hawkins.
Hey, Germ, we haven't really talked about this, but Brent Venables, some of the stuff coming out of him talking today, speaking of Devon Mitchell, talked about him a little bit, devastating blocker, all the stuff you're hearing, should be playing. He should get some snaps tomorrow, Germ. I think we're finally going to get a little Christmas present for you tomorrow.
That's good. I wore my Hallmark outfit tonight because I'm excited for Christmas tomorrow and Devon Mitchell playing, okay? Helms, too. I want to see Helms as well.
Hey, question, Germ. Question. We talked about this today on the phone. I would love to get a vibe from the Sooner fans on here. People in the chat. If Devon Mitchell plays tomorrow and just destroys people blocking, catches a touchdown pass, does really well, are people going to be ticked or excited more?
Both. I'm going to be ticked that he didn't play all year. I'm going to be excited for next year.
I get it both, but I'm just saying.
And then I'm going to get on here and say, I told you so. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get on here and say, told you so. And hey, Mac, he's 259, not 280. He's 259, not 289. And you know what I think it is, Bobby? I think there's some things behind the scene as to why Devon Mitchell didn't play. Okay? That's my opinion. I think there's some other things, maybe maturity-wise. I think the fact that BB says this is probably partly true, that he's probably going to be – they've probably seen some things they like, but they had to at least say that it wasn't other things. But it's my thoughts.
Hey, did you see where Colorado has their quarterback, the portal, just practicing with them?
You can practice.
Yeah, I mean, you don't hear
recruits can.
You don't hear a lot about it though from portal guys, but
hey, Matt, Arbuckle's not calling the plays tomorrow. Arbuckle's there. He's going to be working with the quarterbacks, but he's not calling the plays from everything that's been said. So, if I hear Devon Mitchell isn't ready one more time, I'm going to break something. Yeah, I'm right there with you. The bomb is back. It's been a while, the bomb. Welcome. It would be another thing to show the incompetence of the coaching staff if Mitchell shines. And that's one thing I said, the bomb. It's one reason I thought maybe BB's just going to say, let's not play him. We don't want to look like we made a bad decision early in the year playing Sharp over him. But what he said today, I think, may mean he's going to play, and they can chalk it up to, well, he got better at blocking kind of through the scout team, and he matured and things like that. Joe John Finley is calling plays. Correct.
And Brian flipped on its head and said the other way, will people be ticked or relieved if he doesn't play good? And you got Sooner fan flat out asking, is Joe John Finley on the coaching staff come Saturday? Yes or no, Germ? I say yes.
I'm going to say no. But the problem is I don't know where he's going now.
Yeah, and Monty, yes, he should be a senior in high school, correct.
Now, I don't think DeMarco Murray goes anywhere. Ian, did we talk about Alley? Yeah, we talked about him. I don't think he's going to West Virginia. I think it's going to be Jeremiah Johnson as the DC at West Virginia, not Zach Alley.
But people are talking about Alley.
Zach Alley, Jay, OU has done a phenomenal job on keeping everything on the DL.
Yeah, but it would also be a pretty bad job on Oklahoma not to keep Zach Alley. I mean, that'd be pretty. That wouldn't be good either. So
yeah, great comeback by K-State today. But hey, no, I don't think he's going to West Virginia. Real quick, Chris. I got to get to Tyler. Why are y'all so rushed on freshmen playing? Tyler, I'm going to ask something for you. Maybe when we open the phone lines, you can call in. Why would you not play as many freshmen as you can? The game doesn't count against them. If they haven't hit their fork, it's not going to affect their redshirting. Why would you? If there's a guy who's a freshman, I would play him over a guy who is just an okay guy and a senior. I'm going to play the guys for next year. Now, Ethan Downs, what he's done, you play that senior. But there's some, in my opinion, Jake Roberts. Hey. I don't understand the purpose in doing that and how that helps for next year.
Jerm, I think it depends on the position. I don't think offensive lineman and quarterback as true freshmen. I understand sitting him, but if you're a guy like
in a bowl game, oh my.
No, I'm not talking about bowl game. I think people are talking about the year, Jerm. The year. People are talking about the year.
I think they're talking about why we're talking about rushing the bowl game.
No, they're talking about the year. They're talking about the year. But my thing is this: if you're playing in a position that nobody in your front of you is doing anything, why not give a guy a chance? If literally no tight end was doing anything for the Sooners this year, that's all I'm saying. It's not like you're at a position where people were killing it and you wanted him to play. Nobody was doing anything.
Hey, Chuck, you are absolutely correct, Chuck. I've been calling for Devon Mitchell all year, and I'm not scared to sit here and say it. I promise you, had he been on the field, I bet he would have had better production than Bauer Sharp. I'm not scared to say it. Okay, I have been saying it all year. I'm not. We'll see tomorrow if he plays.
Yeah, we'll find out. I got a question. Hey, Jerm, I got a question for all the people saying why do you want to rush freshmen? Why'd they play Taylor Tatum? He came. By the way, real quick. Taylor Tatum. Taylor Tatum didn't even come to OU till July. It was summer.
What about Xavier Robinson? They played him, Jay. He's a freshman. What about Jaden Jackson? Did they rush him?
Hey, and Sooner Freak, I apologize. If there was something I could do about it, I would turn it off, but I can't. I wish I could,
I don't know
man.
how to control commercials on our end. I don't know.
We can't. I don't think we can. It's not an our deal.
The only thing
I don't know how to fix it.
The only thing you can do is buy the YouTube Premium. People say, and I don't know how much that is.
I'll see if I can fix it tonight, but I don't think I can.
I don't think we can fix it, Jay. YouTube Premium does not benefit us in any way. It's not like we get anything from YouTube Premium. It's basically so you don't have to watch commercials. I think I'm not even that savvy of YouTube. So, what else, Jay?
You know what? I didn't watch any football today at all. Did you watch any football?
I watched some of the K-State game.
Who ended up winning that game? K-State?
K-State won 44-41. Came back. They were down, I think, 41-29 at one point. Chuck says, you heard what BV said. He wasn't ready earlier. Jay and Jerm, the twins. BV said why he wasn't playing, but that's not good enough. What? Okay.
Hey, real quick. Let me answer something. Wait, no, let me talk real quick, Jerm. Hey, Chuck, let me say something. If you go back to the lives this year, you can hear what I've said about Devon Mitchell. I said he's probably not playing because of stuff he's not ready yet. Either off the field, he's not ready, and maybe it comes in practice. I have said that too, Chuck, and I agree with BV has said it this year. He's got to grow up off the field. I'm not arguing that. I said that's probably why he hasn't played. I know Jeremy's been saying all year, playing. But I think there is a reason why they haven't, Chuck. I agree with you. But when it got as bad as it did, and you heard like 3 weeks before the season ended, BV say, man, he's really showing us something on the scout team. It's like, man, maybe give him some snaps. That's all I was saying.
My issue Chuck, with the Devon Mitchell thing came about halfway in the year to 2/3 of the way in the year. When BV, there was like 3 or 4 games left. I think it was right after Maine. BV said, he's dominant. He's scout team player of the week. Like, this guy is, and then we still never saw him play any, even when his red shirt wouldn't have been affected. That's what I'm saying, Chuck. Yeah, BV say it's good enough for me. I'm not on the staff. I'm not making the decisions. Whatever he says goes. I get it. But as a fan, I watched enough Bauer Sharp to know that, and I went to games. I saw Devon Mitchell warming up. I'd have played the man. I would have played the man when it didn't affect his red shirt late in the year. I'd have played the man. Okay? I'd have played him.
Yeah, no worries, Chuck. I'm just, hey,
you
can say whatever you want to say. Exactly. Hypothetical, if Allie were to leave, would BV promote Hall to DC and make Scala? Possibility. I don't know. I don't really even want to get into it, but I don't know what he would do in that situation. I would probably think that, but who knows what Hall wants to do? Who knows any of that? So it's hard to comment. It would be, I tell you this, it would be an absolute shame. You get Arbuckle to be OC, you get some consistency on defense, but he would leave. It would be awful, I think. But
hey, I'm curious. Has there been a freshman on the offensive side of the ball that did not play their true freshman year that everyone was just calling for as much as a Devon Mitchell? I'm not talking quarterback, skill position player. Who would that be? I'm trying to think.
What position?
A true freshman at OU that people were calling for all year and never really got in as an offensive player. I'm trying to think of some names. Obviously, Adrian Peterson played. Just a highly touted recruit that came in on campus and never really got in his freshman year on offense. Danny Okoye was highly touted. EPL's been highly touted this year, but
did CeeDee Lamb play his freshman year? I thought he sat out.
He wasn't near as highly touted as.
He's pretty highly touted.
I'm not sure he's that highly touted, Jay. If Zach Alley departs, please hire Coach Odom. The dude can recruit and develop linebackers. Yeah, he can. He absolutely can. I do think Horvath will be held under his average. I don't think he's getting 80 yards rushing. I would be shocked if their quarterback goes for 80 yards on the ground.
80 yards, man.
He went for 200.
Yeah, I mean, he could. I don't know. Yeah, he had a great game against Army. But if you look at 2 games against Tulane and Notre Dame.
Tyler, That's a ridiculous take, Tyler. I'm sorry, man. If you're going to, okay, Tyler, here's what I would say. If that's true, and if you believe it to be true, then if that's true, Tyler, then admit this, then say this too. No freshman should be playing at any university in the entire country. Correct? Ryan Williams shouldn't be playing. Jeremiah Smith shouldn't be playing. Trevor Lawrence shouldn't have played. I mean, come on. Come on. Surely you don't believe that. Am I wrong on that, Jay?
Here's the thing I've always, my opinion on freshmen, true freshmen, has been this. If your body is ready to play, you're physically ready,
thing.
I don't have any problems playing you. If
And
your physical
Jay,
body is ready to play, example, Xavier Robinson, he can play. He's ready physically. Because I think that's the biggest difference from high school to college. But guys, it's not like it used to be. The strength and conditioning and weight rooms at some of these high schools are top notch. Play the best player, period. I like that, Dalpos.
That is what has changed. Someone, I think Denny 1961 or someone said this isn't the 50s. The deal is players that are coming to on campus now, most of them before they even fall ball gets here, they've already been in summer workouts, some of them in spring workouts the year before. Physically, they're ready.
Hey, let me ask you this. Hey,
go ahead.
Let me ask people this. And I know it's a weird comparison, but I'm going to do it, Jerm. It is kind of, you're getting paid now to get more professional. If you hire somebody for your business in their year one, are you just not going to let them do any work because you just hired them?
You train them all year.
No, I get it, Jerm. But what I'm saying is this: if you're a high school kid and you're a 5-star athlete and you're ready to go, and we're going to pay you money to come, then hey, ready to go. Let's go. Put them up, strap them on. Plenty of people play. But here's another thing too, and I can agree with Tyler on this, and I can agree with Chad. Not everybody's cut out for that. Not everybody can do it. Some guys takes 2 years before they develop. Even 5-stars. Look at PG Adebore. People thought he might play his first year, Jerm. He is still really hadn't even got in there.
Yeah, he hasn't, Jay. Hey, and Chuck, when you say you should know this, I do know this. It's not every freshman should be playing. But the deal is a lot of freshmen should be playing as freshmen because they do have the mental makeup. I'll give you another one. Eli Bowen seems to be pretty mentally there mostly this year. He had a bad game against LSU, but I do think that there can be freshmen playing. To say that no freshman can play, I would say PJ has been a bust up till now. We'll see what he can do the next 2 years. Everyone said he was transferring. He hasn't. And now with R. Mason hopefully coming back, you only have one edge spot open. And Danny Okoye, I think, is going to be pushing for that. Taylor Wine maybe also.
Yeah. I just wonder if people thought Jamel Holloway shouldn't play as a freshman.
Hey, what's trust the process mic drop? Chuck, we're trusting it. We're still on here every night trusting the process. We're questioning some things, and that's only what everyone should be doing. Every one of us, and in fact, and Nigel Smith's another name. BV's doing the same thing right now. BV's questioning things that are happening. They're always critiquing. That's just what, it's kind of what we do. It's fun, though. Holloway was a dude. Let's open the phone lines, Jay. I don't know if we can drop the link in there. Do you think you'll be able to drop it in there, Jay?
Yeah, I'm going to try right now, but hang with me.
Jason is getting ready to drop in the call-in link. So if you want to call in, do that. Talk about the OU Navy Armed Forces Bowl tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Call in and talk about recruiting. Call in and talk about portal or lack thereof gets. Call in and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. Hey,
you're gonna have to give me a minute because I'm going to flip off.
I'm giving you a minute.
Okay.
Check out the fan stop at thefanstop.com. Sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. You heard Steve Rollo last night say it's an elite thing to sign up for it. Do it. You won't be disappointed. Jay Johnson says college football's broken. The football and academic calendar don't match up. Yeah, and the portal calendar doesn't match up. And I don't know if you guys saw in basketball, the Miami head basketball coach, Jim Larinaga, I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. He's a really great coach. He steps down right now in the smack dab in the middle of college basketball season because the portal stuff. It's done with it. Done with the new era. There's the link. If you want to call in. Hey, RC, keep saying it. I don't care about what you keep saying about me not caring about a bowl game. I already told you. I'm going to say it again. Everyone listen, please. Jeremy's about to say his take on the bowl game. Will I be watching the Armed Forces Bowl? 100% absolutely every second of it. Will I be excited to watch OU? Yes, I will be. When the Crimson and Cream are worn, I'm watching it, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see some of these young guys. Absolutely. Will I be upset if they lose? Yes, I'll be upset if they lose in Navy. Absolutely. I'll be upset if they go to 6-7. Yet, no player on this team is going to say, well, I don't know what we're going to do next year. We're 6-7 instead of 6-6. In the big picture, that's what I mean. No one's going to say, well, I don't know what we're going to do now. Is it impressive that OU only had two opt-outs? I think it is. Narrative matters. Well, the narrative's already bad, so it's not very good right now anyway. Did you see Trev Alberts on ESPN? It's not a good narrative anyway. And Ian's talking about Devon Mitchell, immaturity, and that's what a lot of it sounds like is off the field. Yes, there are some off the field things. Hunter's going to be at the game. I will not be at the game. OU should recruit year in, year out, where there is no reason a freshman should be playing over a guy that's Tyler. But some freshman players are just dudes. They should be playing. Like
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think Tyler, I think in a perfect world, yeah, you would love to have enough depth where every year you could bring guys in and have them learn year one and rest and get stronger. But there are guys that are just ready to go as freshmen. There are. And it's not just OU. It's on every team in the country has dudes that could go day one. So I'm not saying sitting here throw out every freshman that plays, but I think there's a handful of them that should when you have specifically if you have a position group that's not playing good.
Why is Jeremiah Fears playing?
He's generational.
Chuck, I'm not arguing. Man, I'm just talking on here. I don't understand that. Let Jerm win this. I don't give a rip if I win anything. This isn't an argument. I'm just giving an opinion. This is what I do every night, Chuck. You know this. You watch this every night. We give opinions on here. Okay? Jay, is there – and let me ask the chat too. So Devon Mitchell, everyone's talking about right now. Boganowski is another name. Give me three names and the chat would love to see it in the chat. Give me three names that we haven't mentioned that you think is going to play a lot tomorrow that hasn't played a lot this year. I guess that question leaves Jay speechless.
Ask it again. Sorry, I was trying to fix something. Ask it again.
Goodness. I said, give me three names of guys that haven't played a lot that are going to play tomorrow. Hardy is one I agree with because Kobe McKenzie was raving about Jaden Hardy, raving about how smart this dude is.
There's another one, Luce Carter, I think. But they were deep at linebacker, Jerm. They were deep. That's the difference.
They were. We got Platoon 20 on the line. What's up, Platoon 20? Thanks for joining us on this Thursday night.
Comment on the freshman thing. Jerome, I think you're right. Look, in the old days, yeah, you could have seniors stacked every position, but those days are over. That's not coming back until NIL gets banned or something, which is not going to happen. This is going to be the future of college football. And it's not just us; it's everybody. Ohio State plays freshmen. All the elite teams, even the teams that have been recruiting way better than we have, are playing freshmen. You have to. It's a combination of things. The seniors, the juniors, a lot of times, if they're really good, they're going to leave for the NFL. But even if they're not elite, I mean, it's still normal to play freshmen on top of folks. Even Switzer did that. Now, did he do it as much as we're doing now? No, obviously, but it's a sea change in college football. There's no going back. NIL changed everything. We need to play freshmen. I think that's healthy for the program. And now it is true that if half your roster is freshmen, then yeah, you're not going to have a good season probably. But there should be a few in there sprinkling that we need to play. So I agree 100% with what you said.
Hey, thanks for the call, Platone. That's a great point. And by the way, Brent Venables agrees with you. Because go listen to his post-game press conference the last few weeks. It's, look how many freshmen and sophomore we play. He says it all the time. So he's bragging about it, saying, look, nation, we're playing youngsters. There's a reason he's saying that. People like to come and play year one. They do. Not everybody can do it.
Hey, and what Platone?
I agree, Chuck. Chuck. Go ahead, Jerm.
Chuck said those teams also sit freshmen. Yeah, it does depend on the player. No one's arguing that. And the word that Platone used, in my opinion, the best word was sprinkled. They should be sprinkled in. And there's not a lot of seniors playing college football at all anymore. Now, there might be with portal and the JUCO rule. And I do not want to spend a lot of time on Sooner UK's comment because I don't want to go off on a tangent. But in my opinion, this is really all I want to say about it, and I'll get to the next caller. I don't think a culture of faith has anything to do with winning football games. And I know Greg got said, well, they had 2 to 3 losing seasons. Not because of that. I mean, Boise State, we'll see what Boise State does. They have the similar thing. I don't want to talk about that, and because I don't think
winning cures everything. That OU's got to win games, period. I don't care about anything else. Go win games. Hey, let's get to Johnson. You're on the line.
Hey, you guys are right on. These freshmen have to play because this college football it's broken. The calendars don't match up. This whole thing of transfer portal hadn't even played the bowl games, and something has to give. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It's just ridiculous. It's not just OU. It's every program in the country is going through this. It's just nothing matches up.
And,
I mean,
hey,
what are we doing here? We're teaching young men that it's okay to quit on your teams and not fulfill what you have to get done. I mean, what are we teaching these guys?
No patience, that's for sure.
Well, just line up here. You sign here, and if you don't get to play year one, just transfer out, go somewhere else. Just like we bring in this quarterback from, we bring in this quarterback. He's never going to play, but we're going to pay him, and then he's going to sit here and basically he's going to get his redshirt year and use OU and going to learn a little bit, and then he's going to transfer out, and then we're going to bring in some more people.
Hey, I agree, Johnson, but it's not the players' fault. It's college football's fault.
That's what I'm saying. It's a broken system, and the system is going to be broken until someone fixes it. I mean, it's ridiculous. Tomorrow we're going to have 56 scholarship players on the sidelines.
Yeah,
that's correct. About it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just and then we're going to put a team together. People are going to pay money, go down there, see the game, and see what's going on. And it's a broken system. It's a terrible system that the players are taking advantage of because who wouldn't get paid, but the bottom line is it doesn't make any sense.
And the thing is,
do you think it's ever going to change, or how long can football OU and any other program survive like this?
I don't know if it's ever going to change. I said something last night that I would love to see, and it's not going to happen. I mean, Hunter was like, "There's no way." I would love to say you have to be on campus for 2 years before you can enter a portal. That's not going to happen, but there's no patience. I mean, if you don't play freshman and sophomore, they're going to go elsewhere. If they know they're better than other guys that are playing.
It depends. It depends. If they're in a position group that nobody's performing and they're pretty good, yes.
Yeah, but if they know they're better than the guys that are playing.
But there are guys that need to develop and they shouldn't be playing as freshmen too. It goes both ways.
Johnson's
mean,
right, though. It's not sustainable. This isn't a sustainable thing. I don't know what's going to happen to it.
so all the upgrades, everything down at OU is pretty much, it's on hold because they got to find every dollar that goes in that program has to go to NIL. I mean,
it's broken, and I see what Bobby says about it's a business. Schools can process you out, then you should be able to leave. That's what we're saying, Bobby. It's not a player. The players are doing what they should be doing right now because it's a money thing, and it's trying to save. It's all about you as a player. Go make money. Go play where you can play until they fix it, college football wise, and make either they fix the portal where you're on a 2-year contract or whatever. It's never going to change ever.
No.
I mean, and then you got, this time next year, BV won't be the head coach. So I mean, then you're going to have to pay out the big buyout. So I mean,
we'll
it's just a cycle. It's a cycle.
You should have paid the $44 million this year and got it over with because it's just going to be a vicious cycle. He's going to lose tomorrow. I don't think he's going to win tomorrow, and they're going to have a losing season, and they're going to go in. He's going to have 3 or 4 years of losing season. That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong, but we'll see.
Well, I hope I'm wrong too, but I just don't see how, they've had enough practice because the coaches stuff they've been working transfer portal and different stuff. I mean, how do you work transfer portal and get ready for a bowl game and do all this other stuff? It's a terrible system. It's a terrible system.
It is,
thanks,
man.
Johnson.
All right, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, Johnson. Hope you had a good Christmas. Hey, I want to get to there's something I want to get to. Billy Benson put it in here, and he compared the softball team. And let me say, here's the deal. Yes, softball Patty Ghost's Casso culture is on faith. But Patty Gasso, go look at recruiting classes every single year. She gets the best players. If you get the best players in football, you're going to win too, no matter what your culture of faith or whatever it is.
Yeah,
winning cures everything. I'm just saying, Jerm, you can have both. You just got to get good players too.
It's not football related in my. I don't know why it's not really relevant.
No, I'm just saying, Jerm. It's Jimmy's and Joe's, not X's and O's all the time.
Well, for OU, it's X's and O's and lack thereof too, Jay. It's not
agree this last year, Jerm, it was with Seth Luttrell. I agree.
It was bad. Evaluation, recruiting, in-game coaching, which BV was bad at. He was better, but he was still bad at it. Look, I just hope that Arbuckle and someone earlier mentioned Hardy playing. I think he will. Someone else mentioned that the only true freshman to start was Jaden Jackson. That's absolutely false. Zion Reagan started. Eli Bowen started most of the season. True freshman.
Yeah, and Teresa's right. Coaches, you have to develop players too. That's part of it, and they haven't been doing that.
Michael Hawkins started.
Aaron says, Aaron says, but what's the best in terms of the stars? Because we took a chance on, and you do. Not all 5 stars are going to pan out to be the best. It is an evaluation thing, I think. Chuck says, Patty as a regular is outstanding. Football isn't. Yeah, that's right. It's a totally different sport, but I agree, Chuck. Patty's the GOAT. I mean, she is at softball.
BV called a timeout. Came out of the timeout and punted. That was awful, yeah. Hey, he was better than last year. He was still bad. I mean, I'm not sugarcoating it. It was bad. That's what I said. If it would be great if we make a serious run next year and people had to eat crow, that'd be great. But look, determining factor, tomorrow. So tomorrow, let's just talk about this, Jay. Stutzman and Bowman aren't going to be there, so we're going to get to see what this defense is without them. I think I love everything I'm hearing from Kobe McKenzie. I think he's going to be a great leader. I like what he's saying. I like his MO. I like his speaking. I just like what I hear from him. I love Kip Lewis's motor.
Okay, but
what, Jay?
I was just gonna say I get it on the defense and stuff. You're gonna get to see some things. Offensively, you're not gonna get to see much of anything because it's not the offense they're gonna be running next year. So I don't think you're gonna see a whole lot of offense, and you can say, "Ooh, I'm excited about that next year." Well, what are you going to be watching for? The only thing, in my opinion, really could be if Hawkins could play well, and you have a really good quarterback there. You can't base it off one game though. But the line, some of the guys on the line, you might be able to see them do some things, and maybe at running back. I don't know. I just don't think you're going to see a whole lot because this isn't the offense they're going to be running next year. It's totally different.
Correct.
Go back to when Lincoln Riley left. You remember who called plays in the bowl game?
It was Bob Stoops.
No, who called plays?
Kel Gundy.
Kel Gundy called the plays. He wasn't the OC the next year. It was Jeff Levy.
Correct. Hey,
but and they looked pretty good in that bowl game, Jerm, but it wasn't the same offense that Levy was going to run.
I'll be curious after the game if OU has 3 to 5 more guys into the portal. Yes, Kinsey Hanson's fiance is Kobe McKenzie. She will be Kinsey McKenzie. That is correct. And Ron, I agree that the heavy feet, I think you're saying about Kobe McKenzie, his freshman year was like that. He's gotten quicker. He looks better and faster than he did. We got Coconut Greg on the line. What's up, Coconut Greg?
Hey, what's up? So, what offense do you think we're really running? Are we running the Latrell Joe-John offense totally, or is there going to be, I guess, a hint of the Arbuckle offense? Because I think if we're doing a little bit of both, that's kind of a recipe for disaster. But
I don't.
This could be. Hey, Greg, you know what this could be tomorrow? This could be the
Latribical.
I'm trying to think of the word for it.
Latribical.
Latrinical. It could be all three of them. I don't know.
Hey, I think, Greg, I think it's going to be Finley and what they've done. I think Arbuckle's just there to coach up the quarterbacks. Maybe they put a player or two in, but this is going to be Finley. I don't think they've put in any of Arbuckle's scheme yet.
Yeah. Another thing I'm a little worried about as well is, we have no idea if Joe John's going to be here next year. I would think likely not. But, how motivated is he going to be to really call a good game? Right now he's basically halfway through a 2-week notice. So it's like I don't think he would ever sabotage us in any way, but it's, how much is he really there and motivated?
Greg,
I don't know.
It's a great point because either he's going to be tight end coach, which is knocked back down from an OC, or he's going to have to leave OU. So yeah, either way, it's like exactly what's it going to look like tomorrow? I don't know, guys.
But
I don't know what it's going to look like.
But Greg, you're right, because think about this, Jay and Greg. If he knows he's leaving after this game, first off, where's he going? You
There's
think
a school
he'd be
out there
leaving
for
a
him,
coordinator
surely.
job, but there aren't any right now. He missed out on the Purdue win. So he really needs to call a good game in case a coordinator job opens. But second of all, if not, he's got to be. And listen, I don't think anyone can argue what I'm about to say. Joe John Finley loves the University of Oklahoma. His family loved it. They absolutely love being here. I know that's a fact. I've heard him say it. So maybe he's a guy that would say, okay, I'll just stay around and be a tight end coach. The problem is he wasn't very good one of those.
No. And I would like that loyalty aspect where it seems like the sport doesn't have a lot of it right now, but rarely do you see a coach like him get promoted in the sense that he did. And then also, I don't mind being demoted. Usually you're either going up or you're out. It's rarely will you go up and down within the same program, in position wise. But yeah, we'll see. I don't think he'll be on the team next year. I think surely, there's a team out there that would take him for something next year. But
yeah,
I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't.
Yeah,
think
I do. Germ, I will say though, real quick, Germ, I will say that I actually think Joe John, with never calling plays for before, when he got thrown into there this year, what did you really expect from him? I think he did what he could do, and I think he's going to do that. He's going to do the same thing in this bowl game. He's going to do the best he can. That's what he's going to do.
I'm hoping for a good win. Yep.
I want to clear something up, what Chuck is saying and to what Greg said. Greg never used the word. Correct me if I'm wrong. Greg's not questioning Joe John's honesty. Greg was questioning his motivation.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that he would ever try to sabotage the team in any way, but
Correct.
if you know you're not going to be on this team next year, and maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, if you got your foot halfway into, I don't know, the University of Arizona next year, I mean, where is your mind at? Are you focused on recruiting for your new team, scheming up your new team, or the team that you're going to be leaving in a couple weeks? I don't know.
And I agree with that.
And
go, Jay. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, if he's not at OU next year and they kept him, boo on Brent Venables. Because it's almost like you're going to leave a job, people, and you put your 2 weeks in, most jobs say go ahead and go. Like, if BV knows he's not going to be here, he should not be calling this bowl game.
Yeah.
I think it's 100% he's back, guys. He's going to be the tight end coach.
Well, could be. And last year, where we really started to not play very well was when all the smoke with Jeff Lebby and Mississippi State started happening. That's when we started losing all those games at the end of the season last year. So
that is correct.
Yeah. I don't know. Beat Navy. It'll be a good one. So
there we go. Thanks, Greg.
Hey, thanks,
another
Greg.
Example, Jay. Another example is Arbuckle lost their last game of the year. He had the worst offensive performance of the year. Was that because his mind was elsewhere? People said the same thing about Lincoln Riley when he was at OU. I'm not questioning. And Chuck, if it came across as me questioning Joe John's honesty, not what I'm doing. In fact, I said he loves the university. He would never do that, I think. That's what I said, but whatever. 21-13 Navy, Sooner Cowboys says.
I'm going with 27-17 OU. That's my pick.
I've got 21-17 OU. Hey, Eric, the thing is...
No excuses, Eric. No excuses.
But Eric, OU didn't have any opt-outs besides Stutzman and Bowman. Not one player opted out for OU.
Besides, you just said Stutzman and Bowman, Jerm.
Yeah, outside of those two guys.
There's a difference. Jeremy. There's a difference between nobody opted out and nobody opted out except two of your star players. I mean,
Jay, you're missing a point. Okay, you're missing my point. So I don't even want to try to make it again. I said outside of Stutzman and Bowman, no one else entered. Very sensitive, young. I don't understand, Chuck. I don't know why, Chuck. You're welcome to call in and talk. I don't know what I'm saying that's offending anyone, or I really.
You're not offending anyone. You're not offending anyone.
I'm not trying to argue anything. I'm having fun. It could.
We got mixed picks in here. What?
What'd you say?
I said we got mixed picks in here. We got some Navy, we got some Oklahoma. So
I think it's going to be a very close game. Look, if OU can stop the run, they're winning. That's a fact. I don't think Navy's going to go throw the ball all over them. I think they can man up their receivers and bring more guys down into the box. There is more.
Hey, I got a question for you, Jerm.
There's a lot more play action. Chris. That's going to be the key. You can't fall for the play action. Can't bite on some things. What, Jay?
Hey,
I don't know what you're saying, Jay. You're gone. You're gone. They do some triple option wing T type stuff. I heard Kip Lewis saying that he used to play against the wing T in high school. Dave McCook, I want to say to Dave, because I didn't mention earlier. Dave, thanks to the super earlier. We appreciate that and your support. You're constantly hitting us with supers, and we are genuinely appreciative of that. Dave's got OU 24-21. That's pretty close to what I have. Tom, yeah, you can say he's a trash coach. That's your opinion. He hasn't been good. That's a fact. Hopefully they can turn it around. Monty says give it to X to Xavier Robinson 25 times and make Navy stop him. And then bootleg Hawkins. And then hit Burks on a quick out. And then hit Burks on a quick slant. And then send Devon Mitchell down the middle of the field. Yes. That's what I want to see. Jen says Navy threw the ball more than I thought they would in the Army. Yeah, it was all on play action. Do you know who most of their catches are to, though? They're running backs. The running backs are their biggest receivers. The linebackers, the cheetah position, that's going to be huge tomorrow.
Hey,
Jay, are you there?
Jerm.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Who starts up opposite Eli Bowen tomorrow?
I saw someone in the chat earlier.
Someone
said Devin Jordan. I think it's going to be Jacoby Johnson.
Yeah. Well, you got Kanai Walker who's gone, hit the portal, so that opens up. Yeah, that opens up a spot. Devin Jordan could get some run. Woody would probably play quite a bit at tomorrow, I think. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
What
Anyone
do you think
surprised?
about the rest of it?
I think Boise's going to beat Penn State. I think
I
Boise
am surprised Penn State's a double digit.
that game's not until next Tuesday, correct?
Correct. And by the way, Oregon's getting no love. People don't like Oregon to win the whole thing.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking.
I got Ohio State over Oregon too, Eric. I'm with you, Eric. I am. I'm with you, man. I think it's going to happen. Notre Dame, Ohio State, or I'm going to stick with Notre Dame, Texas in the final game.
Yeah, I know. That's your pick. I think Boise or Arizona State, maybe both, will upset in their games this next week. Ron says Jacoby Johnson will be the other corner. That's what I think too. With Devon Jordan playing a lot. I think Devon Jordan will play a lot. I agree with whoever said that earlier. Hardy, Jordan, Boganowski, maybe Powers, all playing a lot. No Desard McCullough.
And I agree with
who's backup Cheetah too. You got to think about that.
Agree. At all either. Texas, Notre Dame. Something's got to change my mind.
You went in and out, Jay. Hey, tomorrow let's talk about the schedule. Real quick, Billy says Locked On West Virginia reporting that multiple reports are Zach Alley are real close to a deal. I think it's going to be Jeremiah Johnson as the DC at West Virginia, not Zach Alley. I would be flabbergasted, shocked if Zach Alley is in West Virginia. I would just be shocked. Without Stutzman and Bowman, I don't see OU having much of a shot. I think their backups in those positions are good. They played a lot. I think they'll be okay in there. BV hinting James Nesta may be getting some snaps, which could be. I know there was talk of Kanik moving on the other side of the ball some. People have mentioned or something. I saw yet last night's chat and James Nesta being a backup. Jay, do we have a trivia question?
Yeah, I got one for you.
Let's hear it.
It's going to be pretty easy, though. You ready?
Always.
Just tell me the final score of Oklahoma versus Ole Miss this year. First one to get it in the chat.
Why are we bringing that game back up? Jacob Jordan had a good game.
Because final score Oklahoma Ole Miss this past season.
And Grey God, I think Kanik may be sliding over to H-back or you somewhere else, but
there it is, Bobby.
What?
Bobby got it, 26-14.
Good job, Bobby. Eric says that must be a lock then. Look, I will say this. If that were to happen, then everyone at OU has been so hush-hush, it's ridiculous. I just don't think it's happening. And I disagree about the Kanik stuff. Kanik was really good on special teams. Why process him out when he could be, in my opinion, an integral part next year? The guy is uber athletic. Does he have 2 years or 1 year left, Jay?
Who's that?
Kanik.
Should have 2.
Okay, yeah.
2 more years.
He could still be valuable. Hey,
2 more years.
Appreciate everyone being on here tonight. Bobby is the trivia legend. That is correct. The OG trivia legend. Thanks to those who called in. Thanks to Dave McCook for the super. Thanks to all the comments that have been rolling in here. Appreciate that. And tomorrow at 11 o'clock, the game happens. And then right afterwards, we will have an instant reaction. And you can join on and give us your talk and takes on that. So appreciate it. We will see you next time. Have a great Friday. It's game day tomorrow.